chemical agriculture looks at a pest as something that needs to be destroyed. You have to kill it. A pest comes and attacks your crop, you have to kill it. There's no other alternative to it. Because the DNA of the companies who are manufacturing these pesticides, their DNA was to kill right from the start. Then they killed human beings on the war field, but today they are still killing human beings through the food they give you. Okay. So the DNA exists there. So their thing is kill. Now what happens when you try to do this? Nature hits back because it mutates. You put a pesticide, within 3 years, 4 years, the pesticide is useless. Today Roundup is facing that problem. We have weeds which are resistant to Roundup. What do the farmers do? So pesticides are only okay for a limited period, because then you say, spray 4 sprays instead of 2. So increase the dosage is the first recommendation. That means you make your food more toxic. The second recommendation is then to create a pesticide which is even more toxic to the insect, which means it's even more toxic to you. So this is a vicious cycle that's going on. The pesticide industry is constantly fighting nature because nature creates pest-resistant mutations, just like our antibiotics. Yeah? Now look at our ancients, how they thought about this. For them, they said, every living thing, whether it's a plant, insect, animal, human being, is a creation of the divine. It has a place. Okay, let's hypothetically imagine a situation. A little land was cleared and a crop was put, for sustaining, let's say, a gurukul, where a guru lived and his shishyas, his students lived there, his pupils lived. So to support the food for the gurukul, they had agriculture happening. And the shishyas went to the crop and they saw some insects sitting on the crop and starting to eat the crop. They came running to the Rishi and said, Gurudev, our crops are being eaten by the insects, what do we do? The Rishi never told them, go and kill the insect. What he told them was, go and look around your field, in the jungle nearby. Get me every plant where that insect doesn't sit on. So all the pupils ran. They collected all the plants on which that insect does not sit. And they brought it to Gurudev. And he says, now you tell me what do you learn from this? So one of the bright students said, Gurudev, it appears to me that there is something in these plants that the insect doesn't like. So he says, yes, that is true. So you guys start grinding these plants. So they started grinding the plants. Then he says, extract the juice. And I'll teach you various ways of extracting the juice. Now you take that extract and sprinkle it on the plants, our crop. And that insect will come sit on the plant, doesn't like it because it doesn't like the taste of what's there. It will go and sit somewhere else, but we do not kill it. And therefore they created this beautiful formulations. Neem tree, if you took, for example, the neem tree, you will never find an insect on a neem tree because the azadirachtin alkaloid is very bitter. Insects don't like it. So we make an extract called neem astra. It's some of the neem leaves that we take some cow dung, cow urine, and then we take the neem leaves, we crush it, and then we let it ferment for 48 hours, and then we spray it on the plants. Then the second one, is the Brahmastra. So many plants are taken, like for example, neem, custard apple, guava, lantana, pomegranate, papaya, datura, and plants like that. There are lists go on and on. So this is what the pupils brought, said, no, insects don't sit on this. So they created another one. They ground it, they made a paste. They took cow urine, which is one of the world's best known organic solvent. Cow urine, the Bos indicus cow urine, is the best known solvent that will extract flavonoids and alkaloids from plant material. In fact, the entire system of Ayurveda, medicines in Ayurveda are based by extracting in the go arc. Go arc is a distillate of cow urine. And from that they extract all the jadi booty, all the active ingredients, all the AI are extracted using cow urine. So they boil this multiple times and cool it, and they make Brahmastra. And then there is Agniastra, where you take things like chili, tobacco, garlic, and then you crush it and you boil it, and then you make the Agniastra. So, one of the beautiful things is that how beautifully they classified insects. Our ancients had a beautiful classification. Those of you who ever have done or intend to do agricultural entomology, it's one of the toughest subjects because it's based on modern chemical agriculture, and all you have to do through that entire course is to just learn by rote the name of the insect, the scientific name of the insect, the chemical which has to be used against the insect, how many doses, at what dilution, for which crop. It's a matrix. Your entire semester is only learning it by rote and going and vomiting it in the exam. It's a tough course. Yeah? Our ancients never bothered with this. They didn't care what the name of the insect was. They said all insects on this planet have only 3 categories. There is one category where the insect comes, sits on the plant, eats the plant and flies away. So all the beetles and jacids and all these things, they belong to that category. There's a second category which comes, sits on the plant, lays eggs, larva will hatch, pupation will happen, and then the insect will come out and go to another plant. So the entire life cycle happens on the plant. That's category 2. And then there is one which comes and straight gets into the plant. It either gets into the fruit, it gets into the stem, or gets into the root. So all the borers will come in this classification. The ancients said there is no other class of insect in agriculture. Only 3 classes of insect. And what's the beauty? They've got 3 astras. Nemastra for one which will come, eat and go away. Brahmastra for the one which will try to do its entire life cycle. And Agniastra, I told you, it's got chili, garlic, tobacco. So anything that goes and burrows inside, you've got this pungent pest repellent, which will go get the insect out so that it flies away, not allowed to complete its life cycle there. What a beautiful way of never to kill the insect. Just make the plant not suitable or attractive for the insect. This is why Nemastra, Brahmastra, Agniastra worked perhaps 40,000 years ago. They are working today. They will work 40,000 years in the future because the insect never needs to mutate. We are never killing it. This is the power of our ancient technology.